Hello everyone and welcome to the 19-part tutorial of bathroom tutorial. This time we will continue with creating the cover top of our toilet seat. So it's going to be a little bit same as we've done with the pivot for the bathroom door, the stand shower or whatever. And I'm gonna start by taking a few of the faces here off, like duplicating them and starting to bring the the standard shape of the cover, though the pivot will be the most tricky part here, which is not that tricky, so that's okay. I will get you through this process and I think it will be done good. So we're gonna right click, choose face, click on this face, shift double click on this face, it will loop select everything, shift right click and duplicate face. I'm going to wait a second, 3 times, F8, pressing them, F8 button, sorry, Control and unselect this. Now, as for now, because we already added, edges loop for the toilet seat, I will need to remove a few edge loops from here. You see those two here? So I don't need those, and I can get rid of them. So let's say that this is the one that I don't need, and shift select this one, and then shift right click delete edge. So now it's clean and we can continue. I'm gonna do two things. One of them is to duplicate this and work this one first. So we're gonna right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, extrude it, switch to move tool, bring it up, switch to scale tool and squeeze this a little bit that way. Okay, uniformly, like you see here. I'm gonna press G to extrude once again, switch to move tool, bring it up a little bit more, switch to scale tool and do it all over, like so. Okay, now you can do some bigger steps than the first one. It was just to get that shape there and continuing on bring it up a little bit more, and then I will start to maintain the same level like so, and then extrude and only scale at the time. So extrude, switch to scale tool, scale it down, G to extrude, switch to scale tool, and so on. You can do even bigger steps, but why not? I don't know. Let's say here I will already do this that way and just press F8. No, go over mesh, fill hole. Okay, so fill this all. And I'm going to press F8 and go over normals and reverse this. Okay, press F8, bring it back to object mode. I'm going to take the cut tool and I want to just fix this area here. I don't want to poke it, so I will simply connect edges, okay, that way. And these. Same goes here. And same goes here. And we have those two. So you can see it's bypassing all of them, but basically putting vertices so they are connected. Now we have these 4 corners which are triangles. You can either do something like that, click here once, shift, snap it to 50 or whatever, and then release, and then click again, hold on the shift, snap to 50 and release, and right click to close this. So now these two are quads, and we're going to do the same over here. You can do it even that way, okay, doesn't matter right now. Press 3 just to see the shape. Looks good. I'm going to grab this piece here, make sure it's in object mode, extrude it once, switch to move tool, lift it up. If it turns into black, then reverse the normals, okay, but right now that's good. And I'm going to grab both of them, put one of them on top of each other. I want to make this a little bit thicker, so I scale it a little bit more. and then bring it beneath it. Now, here at this point, there is this thing. Whenever we're going to press 3, we will be able to see how it really reacts, how it acts whenever it's smooth preview. So this is also telling you what the thickness of this. So the top looks thick enough, though this one is a little bit too thin. I'm going to stress it out a little bit more up, and then bring it back to the position, and here. So this position probably will remain the same as it is right now, even if we will add some edge loops and stuff like that. Just be aware of this, and you can see that when we press 1, they basically overlapping each other. So we can bring it up and maybe do it that way. But you see it will have some difficulties in order to make them attached. But in real life, they are not really touching each other. There's always something, some kind of I don't know, it's like dots that are just laying on that before it's really touching. So it will always look a little bit with space in between them. Now, the thing is that I want to take those two right now and connect them with a polygon cylinder. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to create a polygon pipe, okay, cylinder. I'm going to create a polygon pipe, relocate it over here, press J and smooth and rotate it that way. I have a problem with my own model. Right now is not centered. The polygon pipe, it is centered, though I moved it over here, but it's still centered along this axis. So I'm going to take the entire objects here, switch to top view, press F here to zoom on it, and I'm going to switch to scale to move tool and plus click the plus sign, just the plus key, in order to enlarge the scales of those move handles. So I want this blue one here, which is this axis, the same axis that I pointed out, to be exactly on this axis. So I'm going to move it here. All right, there is a problem here, I see. Doesn't want to move for some reason. All right, we'll have to do this that way. I don't know, sometimes it just happens. Let's do them one by one. I will first move the toilet seat. Okay, modify, center the pivot for the toilet seat, and then move it into place. Then let's grab these two guys, modify, center the pivot for them, and move them over here to the center. And I think that that's it. Okay, so now they're all centered, and with that I can grab this polygon pipe once again, go over the attribute editor, polypipe, and switch this into 8 subdivision axes. Let's type in 8. And the radius, I want to change it to, let's say, 0.200. I'm going to move it out over here, and I want to change the thickness into 150. Okay, well, maybe more, maybe less, 100. That will be fine. I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to press 3 just to see what will happen whenever it's smooth preview. Now, doesn't mean that this will be the thickness. I just want to make sure that it's there that way. I will scale it down a little bit. And now I can try to move this into 150. Sorry. And this one may be 0.70. Okay. I'm trying to match this face here. I mean this distance from this edge to this edge to this edges. Okay. So when I'm done with that, I will bring this over here. Put it here in the center. Let's right click on the background while it's selected. Vertices, let's grab those vertices, hold on the move tool, hold on the V key, and move those vertices into place like so. Press F8. Control right click, right click, choose edge. Control right click, edge ring utilities through edge ring and split. And then grab this, press G. Grab this one, press G. And let's do this inside. Press G. And then this edge, G. And then from the other side, this edge there, and press G. With that done, we will right click, choose face. I'm going to grab all the faces inside and outside, that way, in the middle. Mesh. Struct. Press F8 3 times. And I'm going to right click on these vertices and those vertices here. And I'm going to use the scale tool in order to push them a little bit that way. Okay. That's fine. Press F8, bring it back to object mode. Now, I'm going to turn on wireframe on shaded. I want to see where those edges are, okay? According to those, first of all, what I will do, I will grab this isolated, and I'm going to work out first the inner part here. I'm going to grab this edge, extrude it, switch to move tool, bring it down some, scale it, and we do it the opposite way, okay? Just the same thing as we did at the upper part, just the opposite way. Extrude, once again, move it down some, scale it, extrude, switch to scale tool. Just make sure you're not picking out with them outside. Extrude, switch to scale tool, move tool if you need. See, this one was very close. I'm going to press 1, making sure that they are not picking out in non-smooth preview mode, and simply extrude. Press G, extrude again, scale tool, press G, extrude again, scale. Okay, something went wrong here. G. Press G, scale tool, press G, scale tool, press G, scale tool. And we can close this, shut this off. So, yeah, mesh, fill hole. You can try and match the same number. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extrusions we've done there. So let's try and now at least we will just cut this as we did, but be aware of this. Maybe you want to make sure it's the same with whatever goes up there. Okay, like those. Like these, those. So, and we have triangles once again. I think that this is why I preferred not to get into this. Now I have double triangles here for some reason. I'm gonna undo whatever I did. I'm gonna count to 8. Let's see. From this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I need to have another extrusion here. 10. Let's see if this works. Fill hole. Edit mesh. Sorry, mesh tool, multi-cut tool. Like this one, that one, right? That one. try to connect them in the same flow, like we've done there. So these, and then everything will be fine. So here, 50, 50, and then here, and there. Okay, so now it's same thing. Press F8, bring it back to object mode, and now it will be easier for us to connect this polygon pipe into this. Okay, so I'm gonna unisolate this, and I'm gonna relocate this thing here. Well, all of them. Okay, grab all of them. We already extracted them, but we need to make it good. So I'm gonna hold on the D and the V key in order to snap the pivot over this point here, and I wanna snap this, hold on the V key, snap this over here. Okay, now you can make a little bit space in between them, and it's very recommended right now. And we're gonna grab this and that, okay, and isolate them. I want to have this space here, okay, and I want to add 2 edge loops. So we're gonna add 2 edge loops. Let's see. Well, we will add edge loops here. Sorry, press F8. 8 selection tool, shift right click, offset edge loop tool. I'm gonna add 2 edge loops here. Okay. Now, even if they are not fitting to the same area, to the, in front of this edge, add them. Just add them. Make sure it's somewhat there. Okay. And we don't want to really move all of them, so we can just grab those vertices, hold down the V key, and snap them. See? So it snaps, and that's good. You can do the same here. Hold down the V key, snap those, and as well goes over those. Press F8. So you can see we can maybe move these a little bit there, but right now it's not that huge problem. Okay, at least we have something to work here with. So we can grab these 2 faces, sorry, these 2 now, and delete, press delete. You can grab these 2 and press delete. And I'm gonna first, you know what, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna grab this edge, and this edge. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. See those 3 edges and these 3 edges. Extrude them, switch to move tool, bring them just a little bit outside, not much, okay? I still want to have a little bit space there in between them. Like that, press F8. I'm gonna mesh combine those 2 and unisolate and isolate again. Take the merge vertex tool, and I'm gonna start patch those. So this one over there, this little guy here over there, this one over here, and that one over there. Okay, that done. I'm gonna do the same here. I want to be sure that all of them patched, and this is really, really important at these steps, because otherwise we will have some mess here. So this is patched, and I'm gonna press F8. I'm gonna switch to selection tool, right click, choose edge. You can already understand this is same as we've done there with the pivot. I'm gonna extrude this edge, bring it into that point, switch to merge vertex tool once again, and connect these. All right, so now talking about why I left a very tiny space in between them was in order to make sure I have quads here and not triangles. If I would attach them into each other, I will have a problem. So I want to make sure I have quads here, and this is why I've done this shape that way. Okay. Now I can right click, choose edge, double click on this edge. You see it's all selected, nothing else. Then that means that it's closed loop, and we can simply go mesh, fill hole. And as you can see, it's quads. Even though it looks triangle, we have two vertices here, okay, because of this space we left. I'm gonna right click, choose edge. Through this, I'm gonna do the same process. Merge vertex tool. Let's connect everything into place. That way. Press F8, right click, choose edge. Let's double click on this edge. All good. Mesh, fill hole. Press F8. And all we left to do is add some edge loops here. So shift right click, insert edge loop. Let's add one edge loop here. You can see it's crossing all this cover. So probably it can make a little bit problems, depends on what the flow of those other edges that been there already. Right now I will assume that that's fine. I'm gonna harden this edge here. I'm gonna harden this edge, harden this side of the edge as well, and do the same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, this is the other side, sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now that's cool, but we still want to maybe press 3 and have a look at this. And I'm going to press F8 and exit the wireframe view. I like to see things that way. Okay, now I can see that I can add edge loops here, but it will cause a problem here. Okay, see the edges are crossing these points as well. So in order to make things better here, I probably won't add them that way. I will simply try and close a loop here. But right now, I don't want to deal with it. I will keep it simple as it is. I don't think that this part is really crucial for us. It's something we can live with. And we're going to unisolate this. At least it looks good. You can see it looks very good. I'm going to grab this piece here now. I'm going to grab the middle pipe, isolate them, and let's see how we can connect this. So we already have the space here, okay, so we won't have this same problem. Though in here, I want to add edge loop just about there, okay, like so. Well, maybe I will add one here and then one here. Okay, so we will have one next to this edge here and one where it is right now. I'm going to grab both of them. Press, let's combine those. Well, make sure it's in object mode and then combine them. Then unisolate. Don't forget the middle part and isolate again. So we have these. We can get rid of the faces, but before we want to add edge loops here. So let's grab this edge and control right click, edge ring, utilities, edge ring, and split. For some reason, it's exactly at the same spot, so I don't know why. Press G on this one as well, and let's connect those. I'm going to right click, choose face. Let's grab these two faces, delete them. Let's grab these two faces and delete them. And as you recall, I don't want to attach those two right away. I want to extrude them first. Switch them over, even here, I don't know, here, and a little bit down some, and then just grab the merge vertex tool and really patch those, okay? Just in a way that you will be able to grab them easily. Now with that done, I'm going to do the same over here. Grab this edge and extrude it. Switch to move tool. Bring it that way. Mesh tools, merge vertex tool, and connect this one that way. Press F8. Switch to selection tool. Grab those two pieces. Combine them. Unisolate and isolate again. Right click edge. Let's grab this edge. Extrude it. Switch to scale tool. Open it up that way. Merge vertex tool. Okay, that way. This one. Okay, you can see we left 4 vertices here, so that's good. You can double click on this edge. Mesh, fill hole. And let's do the same over this side. Double click on this edge. Extrude. Switch to scale tool. Open this up. Mesh tools, merge vertex tool. Very easy. Right click, choose edge. Switch to selection tool, double click on this edge. Mesh, fill hole. Press F8 3 times or 2 times, I don't know, something to set this edit mode. Whoops. Let's press 3. I want to just see this. Looks good. Shift right click, insert edge loop. We're going to still do this same process, adding edge loops, making sure everything is maintained sharp in those areas. And one thing that good came out of it is that, first of all, we only needed one edge here and not sharpen this area. Okay, so because this is most of the time you will see this object as smoothed in those areas, just so you will have some extra comfort for your butt. And yeah, and it's patched, the cylinder, so everything is cool here. I can unisolate this both. You can see they're sharing the same pivot, which we can connect later on to this toilet seat from here with something that just will be, like pins or something that will go inside there. So I don't know what this box is doing here, though you can see it's very elegant seat for your ass. I hope you like it. I'm gonna wrap this part. We will continue with the main pivots that holding this thing here. Hope you enjoyed this part of the tutorial. If you want to work out these little things here, like making these edges that goes here into different loop without harming this area, that's fine with me. It can be very easy to do so. I just don't want to deal with it right now. It's just some more extra time to start and solve those riddles. So spare me this. You have your time. Do whatever you feel like. Have a good day. Don't forget to save this file, save scene as. I'm going to save this as 29. I need to catch my breath and smoke a cigarette or something, and I will see you at the next part. See you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.